Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the third section of the Zero Downtime Migration presentation. In this section, we will go into the prerequisites for ZDM. This section is split into 6 parts. ZDM Service Host requirements, source database requirements, target database requirements, object storage requirements, SQL Net connectivity requirements between source and target database servers, and port requirements. Let's look at the ZDM Service Host requirements. You need a standalone Linux host running either Oracle Linux 7 or a later release. This host can be either on-premise or on Oracle Cloud and needs to have at least 100 GB of free space. Ensure that the ZDM service host resolves to the correct IP address. Ensure that packages glibcdevel and expect are installed. This host requires connectivity to both source and target database servers. Source database server connectivity can be either through root user or SSH keys. Since target database server is cloud only, then connectivity will only be via SSH keys. Without proper connectivity, we cannot perform any ZDM operations, hence ensure that you meet all the above requirements. Source database requirements. Source database must be running in archive lock mode. TDE Wallet requirements. Configuring TDE Wallet is optional for Oracle Database 12c Release 1 and 11g R2, but it must be configured for Oracle Database 12c Release 2 or later releases before the migration if it is not configured initially. Wallet status should be open and wallet type should be auto login or password. The preferred option is auto login. For multi-tenant databases, the wallet must be open and master key must be set on all PDBs and the CDB. For Oracle RAC database, configure snapshot control file to a shared location depending upon the storage type, either on ASM or ACFS in case it is not configured. Scan listener ports on source and target nodes must allow incoming connections from each other. If you have any regular RMN backup scripts running as part of your usual backup strategy, those must be disabled during migration in order to avoid multiple RMN backups. Let's look at the target database requirements. Target database must be created before the migration begins. Ensure that the shape chosen for creating this database from the Cloud Console should be able to accommodate the source database plus any future sizing requirements. A thumb rule is to use a shape similar or higher in size than the source database. Initialization parameter DB name must match on both source and target databases. Initialization parameter DB unique name must be unique to ensure that Oracle Data Guard can identify the target as a different database from the source database. The sys password must match on both the source and target databases. Target and source databases must be on the same database version, and the target database can be at a higher patch level than the source database. Ensure adequate storage is provisioned and available on the target database servers. Depending upon storage type, it could be either ASN disk group or an ACFS file system. TDE Wallet requirements are the same as for the source database. When you create a database from the Oracle Cloud Console, a wallet gets created automatically for database versions 11g R2 and later, which means that no TDE action is required on target database. For Oracle RAC database, set up SSH connectivity without a passphrase between the Oracle RAC servers for the Oracle user. Let's look at the object storage requirements. Both source and target database servers need access to the object store. You need privileges to create a bucket in object store to hold this source database backup. Ensure adequate storage is available on the object store to accommodate this source database backup. SQL Net connectivity between source and target database servers is a must. For data guard setup and sync, open SQL Net related ports between source and target database servers. For example, 1521 is the database port when the target is either OCI or XLCS. Let's look at the port requirements. Port 22 should be open on source and target database servers to allow incoming connections from ZDM Service Host to perform ZDM operations. Ensure that the listener port, 1521 for example, on the source database server allows incoming connections from the target database server to perform database queries, data guard sync and configuration, and vice versa. Port 443 should allow incoming connections from object store to source database server to perform RMN backup operations. Port 443 should allow incoming connections from object store to target database server to perform RMN restoration operations. Thank you.